So go ahead.
Thank you, Jen. On student loan debt, the Committee for a Responsible Budget has spoken out against this, saying they've done a calculation that canceling $10,000 per borrower would cost $250 billion, $50,000 per borrower would cost $950 billion. What do you say to people sort of in their camp who are concerned that canceling student debt can have an inflationary impact?
Well, I haven't looked at all those numbers and what incomes they would apply to, nor has there been a proposal that the president has put out on this front or anything that's passed through Congress. But what I would say, broadly speaking, is that when you look at the choices that need to be made, the president is looking at the impact of student loans, something that many people in this country, millions of Americans, undertook to get a better education, to make sure they were advancing their own knowledge, to maybe help their family have a better life, that finding ways to provide relief to students, to make sure that these working families are getting relief is more important than tax cuts to millionaires, billionaires, and corporations. And we can make choices about where we invest and where we think we can make the tax system more fair. But there isn't even a bill that's moved through Congress, nor have we put a proposal together. So those numbers aren't based on any reality at this moment.
Broadly speaking, is there any concern that, given this narrative, that it could have an inflationary impact that's coming from critics of this administration who are looking at the economy, looking at inflation, and having problems with where it stands? Is there concern that canceling student debt could make it hard for the Joe Manchins of Congress to sign on to bills that would pass elements of Build Back Better that you guys are still trying to get through, which he said he won't do because of inflation?
Well, I'm not going to speak, obviously, for Senator Manchin. I haven't heard him make that point in the past either. What I would say is that the way that inflation impacts people across the country is costs, right? Costs to their bank accounts, costs to their budgets. And what we're talking about here is how to provide people with relief. How we can provide them with relief or consider providing them with relief so that they have more money to spend on things in their lives. And providing student loan relief is exactly that. And the president has taken a range of steps to address and lower costs for people. Considering this is one of them. Extending the pause on student loan payments is one of them. But also fixing the glitch, the family glitch, and the Affordable Care Act is another one of them. So when we talk about inflation, sometimes we talk about it like, a 50,000-foot ivory tower economist might, and really how inflation impacts people is costs and what they're paying out of their pockets. So actually considering this would be helping Americans address exactly that issue.
And then on this new report that the Department of Homeland Security is setting up a disinformation governance board to tackle misinformation ahead of the midterms. Secretary Mayorkas said that part of its intention was to tackle misinformation in Hispanic communities especially. Can you give us an idea of what this board is going to be doing, what their authority would look like?
Sure, Jackie. I really haven't dug into this exactly. I mean, we, of course, support this effort, but let me see if I can get more specifics. We know that there has been a range of disinfo out there about a range of topics, including COVID, for example, and also elections and eligibility, but I will check and see if there's more specifics.
There's been some criticism of the person who's been chosen to oversee this board. She had previously called the Hunter Biden laptop a Trump campaign product, seeming to discredit its validity or validity of reporting surrounding that. How can you assuage concerns of people who are looking at this person who's been appointed to this position and wondering if she's going to be able to accurately judge misinformation now that a lot of that reporting has been proven to be factual in some ways?
Well, I don't have any comments on the laptop, but what I can tell you is that it sounds like the objective of the board is to prevent disinformation and misinformation from traveling around the country in a range of communities. I'm not sure who opposes that effort, and I don't know who this individual is, so I have no comment on it specifically.
Her name is Nina Jankowicz. She also just recently made some polarizing comments about Elon Musk's Twitter purchase. It's just getting some pushback from critics who are saying this person may not be the right choice for a board that is run by the Department of Homeland Security. Can you speak to that at all?
I don't have any information about this individual. I can check on more information about the board. Go ahead.